can't anymore.
Her beloved boy has vanished without a trace.
I need my son home. He needs to come home.
It's gut-wrenching to watch, but the mystery and tragedy only deepens. Cops say his classmate has also disappeared.
Not one tip, not one call.
It's very odd.
Are they teenage runaways, or is it far more sinister?
Whoever doesn't have the heart to come forward and just say what's going on, where the boys are, if they're okay.
Lola Rios Gutierrez has been teetering on the edge of an emotional precipice ever since the last time she saw her 17-year-old son Enrique, who failed to show up for school on a cold October morning.
He never made it.
So when he didn't come home that night, then what?
It went to a point where I started getting angry. So I was sending him some messages and saying, you know, you need to get your butt home. You need to come home. But he would never respond. And I reported him missing.
It's been 5 long months of heartbreaking silence. Lola says there are many pieces to the puzzle that just don't fit.
The last thing I saw him wearing was shorts and a t-shirt, and it was cold. I mean, he didn't take anything. He was so happy to have his ID. I don't see him leaving this behind.
Now all Lola can do is comfort her crying toddler who misses her big brother too.
She said he'll never have a new life like this.
At first, the local cops believed Enrique had simply run away from home in the small town of Esparto, 34 miles west of Sacramento, California. He had done it before. But this time, investigators say the case was about to take a bizarre and troubling turn. Less than 3 weeks after the search started for Enrique Rios, investigators would get a report of another missing teen.
Immediately, I knew that there was more to it than a runaway situation.
Alicia Moore is the mother of 17-year-old Elijah, a friend of Enrique's who attended the same school. No one seems to know just how close the two teens were, but just 18 days after Enrique disappears, Elijah mysteriously goes missing.
That is not his behavior.
At this check cashing place, surveillance video shows Elijah walking up to the counter to cash a paycheck. He briefly speaks to the cashier, then puts the empty envelope away and walks out. He was never seen again.
He was like, Mom, I'll be home in a little bit. I'm just gonna cash my check, but he never made it home.
Alicia says it simply wasn't in his nature to run off like that.
Elijah is very family oriented and definitely a mama's boy.
Alicia filed a missing persons report with the local cops too. At first, she was frustrated.
I went back to the check cashing to see had anyone come to retrieve the video footage. And when they told me that no one had showed up, no police or law enforcement, then that's when I got really angry, and it was because he was labeled a runaway.
Even with barely a shred of hard evidence, investigators began to connect the dots, and it sketched a sinister picture.
He's no longer using his phone, he's no longer accessing Facebook, he's no longer communicating with family members that he normally communicated with on a daily basis.
For Lola and Alicia, it told them only one thing. Did you immediately say it's connected?
I felt like it was connected right away. I was really nervous, and I reached out to his mom. It was very alarming that they both went missing from the same program, from the same school.
And that's not all. Indeed, the missing boys were pals and classmates, and they both worked at a construction site, part of an after-school program for teenagers at risk.
Everyone knows everyone here. Everyone knows everyone's business. Everyone's in everybody's business. But when it comes to this, no one's saying anything.
But someone did say something. Lola and Alicia had received suspicious texts from their sons explaining why they weren't coming home. In one, Enrique cryptically explains, "I need some time. I can't handle all of this." His mother testily replies, "What is all of this?" Enrique reportedly volleys back, "There's too much pressure on me."
Even the detectives that have gone through his messages and everything, they don't think that it would be something that he would write.
Alicia said the same thing.
It was from Elijah's phone, but the message said, I'm in the Bay Area with the girl. Now, I have family in the Bay Area, and for Elijah to go to the Bay Area and not contact anyone is completely out of character.
What do you think is happening there if it is someone else that took control of his phone?
I think it's against his will.
The FBI has stepped in to help distribute flyers across the U.S. and Mexico. There's even a GoFundMe page, but the motive behind the boys' disappearances remains as murky and deep as the ocean floor.
They may have disappeared together, they may have disappeared separately, but they're friends. They have some ties to each other, so we can't discount anything.
In regards to Elijah, he had to have been either overpowered by more than 2 people or drugged.
Do you think there is a scenario that involves the 2 of them together?
I'm thinking that at some point they met someone. They met someone and they both knew someone. And that someone earned their trust, gained their trust, and lured them off.
In her darkest hours, Lola fears the worst, that she'll never see her only son again.
Whoever doesn't have the heart to come forward and just say what's going on, where the boys are, if they're okay.
I want to believe that my son is alive. I want to believe that 100%. Because I want to see my son again. I want to hug my son again. I want to kiss him, and I want to be able to continue to tell him that I love him. And then there is the other, you know, if he's not. I hope he didn't suffer.
2 mothers who never knew each other now share the same grief.
Enrique. Baby boy, if you see my video, I love you. If you can call me, call me. I need you home, baby. I need you home.
I'm not gonna stop looking for Elijah or anyone who was involved in my son's disappearance till I take my last breath.
Once again, here are pictures of Alicia Moore and Enrique Rios. Both boys are 17 years old. There's a $10,000 reward being offered for information that leads to their whereabouts. If you know anything, you can call an anonymous tip line. The number is 1-800-225-5324. Let's help solve this mystery.